The hate army troll doing hate army shit.
Hate Army, that guy doing Hate Army shit.
Your name is Hate Army? Saying Hate Army shit. Good vibes to the Hate Army.
Shout out for hate.
Welcome to the late stream. How is everyone tonight? Hello, hello. I'm here and I'm ready to play and chill and have a good time with all of you tonight. Something different finally that you guys I know have been waiting for variety in the rotation. What's funny is there has been variety. Like I started the World Tour mode of Street Fighter 6 and we did a community night the other night, you know, viewer lobby, and people are like, well, it's still Street Fighter 6. I'm like, well, it is, but it's completely different. It's not the competitive play we've been doing all along. But there's some people who are just so anti-Street Fighter that they're like, anything but Street Fighter. So, tonight, we are playing something different. We are doing horror. Horror returns to my streams. As you know, I really enjoy horror games. I always have, you know, although maybe not the same as most other streamers and content creators. I'm not one of these people that is jumping and screaming and, you know, freaking out every chance I get during a horror game. Excuse me. Oh, it's not about me, you know, shrieking like a small child or a sissy trying to get entertainment value out of that. It's me actually enjoying the idea that there is something unnatural, unnerving, and not within the normal confines of reality going on. Reading the logs and trying to understand what's happening in a suspenseful horror game is actually one of the best parts of it. I mean, jump scares can be fun. I find them more funny than fun. When I actually get startled by a jump scare, I laugh at it because I know how funny it is. You know, I don't really get scared by horror movies or, you know, games like this. But people love to watch me play them because they say, hey, this is something that, you know, by watching you, we can experience the game and enjoy it and not have to feel terrified. A lot of people, they don't want to play horror games by themselves because they feel so scared when they play them. So when I play a horror game, it's something a little special, a little different. And I like that. I like that I can be that avenue for many people to watch horror, okay? So I hope that you guys are ready for some chill fun tonight in Amnesia the Bunker, the latest entry from the Amnesia franchise, which is actually funny because I feel like we just played one. Like we played Amnesia Rebirth, right? I swear that was recent, but people are like, nah, Amnesia Rebirth was like fall 2020. I was like, fall 2020? Like almost 3 years ago? It seems like it was like a year or two ago. It really doesn't seem that long. But then again, I think that was the pandemic effect, wasn't it? That was the COVID effect where things just like screwed up time-wise for many of us. And everything that happened during that COVID era kind of got weirdly suspended. And it's like, how did they make another Amnesia game so fast? It's like, dude, it's almost 3 years later. Like, oh, I didn't realize that. So here we go. Tonight I'm excited for this. I hope you guys are too. This should be a good one. You know, Amnesia Rebirth was good. Of course, a few weird things there at the ending stuff, but for the most part, a decently scary game. Some good puzzles, interesting lore, and I really enjoyed it. So I hope that you guys are ready for some more Amnesia tonight. I don't know how different this one will be from the previous 3 Amnesia games, which all have had a different vibe to them, you know? It's kind of like an anthology, like a horror anthology, where it's the same series, but completely different plot every time. What do you guys have to say? So Rugal says, I hate those people that play horror games just to have forced reactions for every little thing. Yeah, and it's bad. Woo! Go, Henry, go, go. The rendezvous. Run to the trench, the rendezvous. Like, for example, this one time, before Dead Space Remake came out, okay? My wife and I said, well, let's rewatch Dead Space 1 before Dead Space Remake comes out, because then I can directly compare the original game to the remake and see the differences. And we started watching this dude, and this dude would not shut the fuck up. It was like every moment was a scream. It was like unbearable. And this guy is very popular on YouTube. He has tons of views and everything. I'm like, dude, I don't know how anyone could watch this. Exploded. Yes, very realistic. And the exploding doors. Very nice. It's like a spring-loaded door. It's, you can tell it's over-exaggerated, not natural reactions, just so people could laugh at the guy, and he gets tons of views online, dude. Ugh, I can't stand that shit. So, yeah, I hope that you guys like my real playthrough of the game starting tonight. Yes, the Blimp, the last horror game we played was back in March. Resident Evil 4 Remake, correct? I think that was March, late March, early May, or excuse me, late March, early April. That was the last horror game. And before then, it was actually, I think, a while. It was, you had Dead Space Remake in January. You had Callisto Protocol in December, right? Which are almost the same game. So there you go. Jex Gaming says, I've been going back to all the old school Call of Duty games, and matchmaking is now fixed. Oh, they fixed all that crap, finally. No more nonsense, no more broken matchmaking, no more hacking. That's good to hear. Good evening, Haseo. How are you? Good to have you here. Mem is excited for late night horror. Argums has played more scary games. I love scary games. The thing is, I've played a lot of them. Like, Silent Hill, what ones haven't I played? Resident Evil, which ones haven't I played, right? It's hard to find ones that I haven't really played. Slayer, good evening. He says, did you read the email I sent? I did not. I know you sent me a new email last night. I didn't have a chance. When I get a chance, I'll give it a look, and I'll probably shoot you a response. Haven't had a chance to do that. Willow says, how was dinner? Okay. So last week, my wife wanted to try a new recipe she'd never tried before. She wanted to make homemade meatballs, beef meatballs, in the slow cooker. So this isn't my meatball recipe where we make it in a pot of Italian marinara sauce and it simmers all day in the sauce. This is just the meatballs in a slow cooker. But she wanted to make it healthier, so she said, we're going to do the lower fat content meatballs. And I warned her. I said, no, when I make my Italian meatballs, it's 80-20 mix, 80, meat, 20 fat. I'm warning you, it's going to end up not being that good. She wanted, well, I want to try it anyway. So she got 90-10 and too dense, little dry, good flavor, but definitely not what we wanted. So this week, we got 80-20, all right? She makes them. It's like, oh, the meatballs taste good now, right? But because it was 80-20 mix, the fat was out of control and basically liquefied in the slow cooker. So that even though the meatballs tasted good, they were very fatty. And she goes, well, how are they so good when you make them? And I said, because I make them in a giant pot of Italian sauce, and they slow simmer all day. So even though they're 80-20 meatballs, the fat melts away into the sauce. You're talking a big-ass pot of sauce that's like 8 portions for dinner. So you don't taste it as much. Here, these meatballs, because you made them in the slow cooker, they just sat there in their own fat simmering all day, so now they taste fatty. And she was like, that's it, we're not doing these anymore. I said, all right. I thought they were all right, but they're like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. She says, we're going to go back to our old meatballs. We used to get these chicken meatballs that were really good. I said, I'm okay with that. I love the chicken meatballs, just that she was trying something new for 2 weeks. We couldn't nail it. So she's like, yeah, throw in the towel on this one. We'll go back to the old thing we were doing. These nice, delicious chicken meatballs. So anyway, that's what we had for dinner, and that's how it was. I thought it was all right. We had them with a penne pasta. Oh my God, there goes the stupid meme, right? We had them with the penne pasta, and I thought that the meatballs were decent. Admittedly, not when you slow simmer the meatballs. They were a little fatty. That's true, and it was a little liquidy, but it was tasty. Like the meat was good and everything, and the pasta was great. But she was like, too fatty. I'm like, well, that's what happens. Jade loves horror. Me too. I'm excited for horror. Felix DeMate says, what about BioShock 1 again? I mean, I might play it again someday if you guys wanted me to. It's been a while since I played it last, right? Oh, that's delicious. Slayer said his family made stew with lamb. Yummy. Stewed lamb, I bet, is absolutely delicious. Falling apart. Oh, I bet that's great. Mem says, I don't think you played the Resident Evil Revelations games. Yes, I did. Play both. Full playthroughs. They're on this channel. Yes, I did. Ooh. Mark says, when I grew up in Adelaide, Australia, the Italian-born people who came to Australia made their own sauce. Most of my friends were Italian when I was growing up. That's the way to do it. She says, hey, Phil, ready to see your journey in the bunker. Hope you're sufficiently terrorized. We'll see. Like I was just saying to everyone, I don't necessarily get like, oh my God, scared when I play these games, but I still enjoy the atmosphere and the stories and the suspense. That's what it is for me. Like the air of not knowing what's going to happen or what's going on. That's what I really like about horror games. Absolutely. Excited for Amnesia, says Mr. Puzzles. Glad to hear that. Ooh, a spicy stew. Slayer says it's a spicy lamb stew. Cabbage, potatoes, carrots, and eggs. Sounds delicious. Don Fanucci says cooking meatballs and sauce is the way to go. I completely agree. That's the way. You imbue that meatball with the sauce flavor, And like I said, it's not fatty because that fat was all worked out into the sauce and cooked all day, so it's not a fatty. You don't taste it, you know. Very good. All right, so everyone, allow me please to go through my shtick before we begin. So tonight we're starting a new game. Obviously, that's exciting, right? I don't know how long this one is. People are saying it's on the shorter side, and that's fine. You know, we're going to play it exclusively as night streams in 2-hour increments, as long as it takes. You know, some people are like, oh, it's like 6 hours long. I guarantee you we will not beat it in 6 hours, only because, as you know me, I take my time with these games. I read the logs. We're going to have interaction and talking when I play. It's going to take longer. I guarantee you we probably won't finish it this week, which is fine because we are in absolutely no hurry to finish the game, all right? Now, this is variety, which you guys have wanted. I've also am happy to be playing variety on the streams. As much as I'm enjoying Street Fighter 6 and Final Fantasy 16, well, when I'm awake when I'm playing Final Fantasy 16, to have something different in the rotation is a good thing. I'm happy we're getting to this finally. I told you guys we would get to it when we get to it, and we got to it now a month later. I'm excited for this. It would be great if you guys could support these late night horror streams. And there's many ways you can do that. You can simply give this stream a like. And engagement is absolutely key right now. The last couple of months, my engagement has tanked here on YouTube because I've been playing things that really naturally people haven't thought about liking. Like, for example, I don't talk about liking the stream usually when I'm playing Street Fighter. So some nights we don't hit 100 likes, and that hurts the channel. Comments, I get almost no comments on my Street Fighter videos, and that's a lot of the ones that are coming out. So if you could like the stream tonight, and if you're watching the videos later on, if you could like them and leave comments, that would help a ton. Now, of course, you can always go above and beyond and support in one of these other crowdfunding methods. For example, a super chat or a super sticker or a membership or a gifted membership would be great tonight. We're trying to build the memberships back. We lost a ton of gifted memberships that had been going on over the last couple of months. And, you know, this morning we got some momentum back, which was very nice. We got back to 500 members. It'd be great if we could hit 510 by the end of tonight's stream. That would be absolutely superb. And the thing is, that's not just helping me. That helps the whole community. A gifted membership means someone who can use emotes, who can talk as much as they want in the chat. They get a cool chat crown badge. They get a bunch of benefits. So that's a great way to support. That's not just about me, but about everyone, you know, kind of, you know, getting something nice out of it, right? So please consider that. Of course, tips are absolutely appreciated. And, you know, we have reward goals for tips, a silly hat or a vest or whatever. Absolutely, that would fit into tonight's stream format. It's not like it's Street Fighter where a hat would be, you know, intrusive. Here, I can wear whatever you want. So, good stuff all around. Anything that you could do to support tonight's stream would be greatly appreciated. I don't want to talk about it all night, so I try to get out of the way now. You know. All right, so shall we? All right, normally this would be the segment where I do shout-outs. We have absolutely no contributions whatsoever so far tonight. So, I guess we're going to get started with the game. Yeah, we got nothing to shout out, so I might as well get started, right? Okay. Here we go. Good evening, Ellipsian. Good evening, Tyler. Ooh. Alright, so far I'd say it's alright. I want to say thanks to everyone here chilling. If you're watching on demand on YouTube, by the way, please, anything helps. It's a part 1 of a new playthrough. Liking the stream, liking the video, leaving comments on this video about what you think about the atmosphere of the game, all right? Or just saying, hey, I just want to help with the algorithm. That's a comment that helps, all right? Anything, all right? And thanks so far, and we will continue in just a moment. Thanks for watching. All right, everyone, so we're an hour in, and 2 things. Number 1, I have to pee. And number 2, I wanted to stretch my legs regardless. So I'm going to mute the mic and use the bathroom. I'll be right back. But I will say this. Guys, thanks for being here. It would be great if you could support the stream in some way. Giving it a like. We need 15 likes to hit our 100 likes goal for the stream. There's almost 400 of you here. I'm pretty sure we hit 100 likes tonight. But outside of that, any support would be appreciated. Right now, I've gotten 1 tip in a whole hour, and that's it. Literally nothing else. No super chats, no memberships, no other tips. 1 singular tip. It'd be great if you could support tonight's stream. You've been asking me non-stop for variety. So I'm giving you variety. I'm giving you what you want tonight. It would be great if you could support that, okay? All right, I'll be right back, and we'll continue. All right, so I'm back, and it looks like I have received 100 likes. So we're going to do the celebratory bubble blow tonight. Thank you for the engagement, everyone. I appreciate that. It does help the stream to have engagement on it. It helps the stats of the channel overall as well. So let's do that. And again, got about an hour left on the stream. Please support the stream. You guys have been asking me nonstop for more variety content. When I announced I was playing this tonight, people seemed to rejoice that I was playing it. So please support it, okay? All right. Cool. There we go. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Right? Now, by the way, I just want to say this, and again, don't take offense, but if anyone contributed tonight and it didn't, and I'm not shouting it out or whatever, let me know. You know, it's insanely rare that I would have been streaming for 90 minutes and got one contribution. That never happens. So I don't know if it's just chance and a bad night, or if it's that people are having issues, but no one said a word to me. So I'm going to assume that everything is working, right? That everything's fine. But let me know if something's going wrong, because remember, this has happened before, and then all of a sudden someone will be like, well, why you're not doing any shout outs tonight or something? And I was like, well, what are you talking about? Right? And I was like, I don't know. And then I looked and I refreshed, and then there was all these contributions. I was like, why didn't you send me any information? Why didn't you send me any notifications? So let me know if that's happening. But, you know, if that's the case and there's nothing, then it's fine. I'm just saying, you know, I wanted to be sure that I'm not missing anything and people are getting upset. All right? Someone just did a Wings meme super chat. It's pretty old, no? They're saying it's a 2016 meme. That's pretty old. So there you go. Wings of PDF. Thanks for the super chat. So that is one super chat of the night, right? Yeah. First super chat of the night. Thank you for that. Okay. Now, ready? Just so everyone knows, we got about roughly 10 to 15 minutes left on tonight's premiere stream of Amnesia the Bunker. Hope you guys are liking it. If you are, let me know. And thanks to those who chilled tonight. But anyway, alright. So that was an interesting introductory 2 hours to the game. And it's cool how the maps will populate. As you actually find the maps in the area, they populate with your goals, I guess, which is kind of nice. I would say so far it's decent. You know, there's not really much to fall in love with yet or anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, oh my god, blowing me away. It's surprisingly very similar to the previous Amnesia games. Although with Amnesia Rebirth, that one was way more, it was like a linear progression game. If you remember, you went from area to area. And yes, there were puzzles and sneaking to do, but it was like a lot of moving around. And this, you're in the same bunker the whole game, right? So it's a little bit different. Feels a little bit claustrophobic, I would say, because you're kind of stuck in this bunker the whole game, and all you're trying to do is walk around and find different ways to open up the different areas. You know what it almost is? I know this kind of sounds weird, but it sounds Metroid-esque, right? It's kind of like a game where you see everything at first, but it's all locked. And then as you gradually make progress and do different things, it unlocks other areas to access and new abilities. Like I guarantee you, we have shotgun ammo. We'll probably end up finding a shotgun to use at some point, right? We're gonna find these various different things. So far it's all right, I would say. You know, we had a great attendance, although it's weird because I don't feel like a lot of people were talking tonight in the chat, but we had absolutely great attendance on the stream, and thanks to those who engaged and everything. All right, so thanks for that. And you know, next time around, what we're gonna have to do is backtrack where we just were, back to Barracks B. I guess what we'll do is try to look for the opportunity to daisy chain the electricity to get it to communications and see how we can power up communications and go from there. I get the feeling each wing will have one major objective you need to complete. Like maybe each wing will have one component of the dynamite you need to blow open the exit or something like that, right? That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts. If you guys are watching on demand, let me know your thoughts about the game. Leave a comment and say, hey, you liked it, you didn't like it, did you find it interesting, did you find it boring? You know, this essentially is the same formula as the other Amnesia games, and what that means is that it definitely is a lot of wandering around, not knowing what to do till you figure it out. The game isn't going to give you much guidance, right? And a lot of instant deaths. You can't really fight the enemy. It's not like a combat game. It's more survival and reading a lot of logs. It's kind of, you know, exactly what I expected that the game would be. I didn't know how much better or worse it would be from the previous Amnesias. I would say it's all right for now. I don't want to really judge yet till we get further in. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, thanks for watching. These first 2 videos of any playthrough are the most important. If you like the videos, leave comments. Let me know what you think of the playthrough. I would really appreciate that. Until we continue with this on later in the week. All right. So thank you all, and until next time. All right. I ended the recording, everybody. So yeah, next time we'll continue right from here. We'll have to backtrack a little bit, but I think we have the kind of a general idea what we need to do, right? Thanks for everyone who was here. For the very few people who supported, I think there were 2 tips, maybe 3, 1 membership, and 2 super chats all night. Thank you. Now I'm not gonna lie or sugarcoat it. All right. This was the least supported stream I have done all year. I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's been a single stream where it's been this least supported, especially for the attendance. You know? Now, I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's the game, because people had told me they wanted something different. They wanted variety. They wanted... When I announced I was going to play this, some people were ecstatic. They were like, oh, you're going to do a horror game? This is cool, and we like Amnesia, right? So I have absolutely no idea. I was getting more support on the Zelda streams. I was getting more support on the Diablo streams. I got way more support on my Final Fantasy, and certainly the Street Fighter streams. I don't know what happened at this particular game. For some reason, it was the slowest night ever. I really have no clue. I'm not going to sit here and complain and whine about it all night. I'm just making a factual observation. That was the case. And, you know, you guys, when you're asking for variety, you're asking me to do something. This was a game that I had initially skipped last month. And people kept asking me, when are you going to play it? When are you going to play it? Well, I played it. Where were you? Right? Where were you when I finally got to the game that you've been asking for the month? You know, overall, it's exactly what I expected it to be. I don't know what people were expecting from Amnesia. I mean, it's the same formula every game. It really is. With a different plot. But I don't know what else to say, you know? Like, I'm not, again, you notice I didn't talk about it all night? I wasn't going to. I'm not going to sit here and complain constantly about it because I know it's annoying to the viewer and that's not what you're here for. But at the same time, you know, if people really wanted this and asked for it and said, you're dying for me to do something different, where was the support? Because that question is, maybe it's a vocal minority. Maybe if I did play Street Fighter tonight, we would have done way better, you know? And I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I would hope that if people really want variety, that they're going to support the variety. That it's not that it's just people screaming and then it's actually not true. It's a vocal minority that are just screaming about anything. You know what I'm saying? I just hate to say it. I get the feeling that is the case a lot of the time where you get people who are complaining. Like all of June, there was complaints about it's just RPGs and Street Fighter. So now I'm doing the first thing that's different. So what happened? Right? But again, we'll see what happens. I'm playing it again on Monday night. Yes, because tomorrow night I'm going to do a community night in Street Fighter. So people who want to play me in Street Fighter tomorrow night, we're going to do similar how we did Wednesday night. We'll put up the lobby. We'll password protect it. We'll have people, you know, we'll have people join and see how it goes and all of that. And, you know, and go from there. So, let's see. Let's see what happens tomorrow night. Hopefully it goes well. I kind of talked a little bit more about it yesterday, how we're going to do it. It's going to basically be if you play me once, it'll, you know, you got to leave after that because we want opportunity for more people to be able to play. And it's going to be a more casualized stream, meaning it's not going to be, oh, everyone come in with their absolute best characters and try to kick ass. I'm going to be using a variety of characters. Like, I'd like to use Luke a couple matches. I'd like to use Ryu, Dalsim, Zangief, Honda, you know, characters that I'm not great with. I'd like to actually use Lily to some extent, you know, and get a good variety in rather than it just be about me using Blanca all night, which would be boring in my opinion. If I'm going to do Blanca, I'll go ranked all night. I don't need to play against the viewers with Blanca, right? So that's what we're going to do tomorrow night. And then I guess what we'll do is Monday night, we'll do this again. And I'm going to be honest with you, I hope that it goes better than that. You know, if we're going to have 400 people on the stream or whatever, I would hope that more than like 3 people are going to think of contributing to the stream because it's people asked for this game. The thing is, there's tons of other things I could be doing. We could do more Street Fighter. We could go back to Elden Ring, which people asked for a while. There's other releases that have come out. We can look at other Game Pass releases. We don't have to play this. I played it because you guys asked for it for a month and said that you wanted it. So I would hope that that's going to be the case. And it wasn't just a bunch of, you know, people asking for it who actually it was not the case. I don't know. All right? All right. Everyone, let's have a good evening here. Tomorrow, it's going to be DSP versus the internet on the first stream. And it's going to be a nice late night stream of fan fun in the viewer lobby of Street Fighter 6 tomorrow night. Okay? Fair enough? Yeah, I actually don't know how long the game is because the game doesn't seem that long. I have no idea. You know, I guess it depends on each wing, how long it takes you to go through each wing and clear it out. You know, there's what, 4? There was the prison, the communications, the arsenal, and there was another one, right? There's like 4 different wings you have to go through. So, I don't know. I would probably say at least, like I said, probably at least another 2 night streams to finish it. But, yeah, do I really want to be putting 6-8 hours into the game if no one cares about it? I don't know. So, let's see what happens, all right? I hope, like I said, you always got to hope for the positive. That's why I didn't sit here and complain all night or anything. I was just going to enjoy the game. I did. I enjoyed playing it with you guys, so we'll see what happens, okay? All right. Let's get out of here for the night. Thank you all for being a chill audience. I hope you all have a good evening. And I'll see you tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow it's the podcast here on the channel in the morning. Then after the podcast, we head over to the React channel for DSP versus the internet. All right, the React show. And then we come back here tomorrow night for a late night viewer lobby of Street Fighter 6 fun. Okay? Sound good? All right. Thank you all. Great stuff. Enjoy your evening. I'll see you all tomorrow morning. All right, everyone. Peace out. Have a good night. Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Saturday, the 15th of July, 2023, my second streaming day of the week. And after a day full of Street Fighter, on Street Fighter Friday, today was the variety day where we were going to mix it up. You know, you got the podcast, you got Final Fantasy 13, and a new game, which you guys have been asking me to play for about a month, and a lot of people have been saying we just can't wait for variety on Saturday night, the premiere of Amnesia the Bunker. So let's talk about what happened all day long. Warning! When I do this, I'm honest with my audience. I tell you the truth. I don't sugarcoat anything. If you don't like honesty, then don't watch this show. Because that's what I do here. That's the whole point of the Daily Wrap, to tell you exactly how the day went, what we did, and all of that, and my opinions on it. And, you know, some people are just so sensitive about shit. They can't take the truth, right? They don't want to hear it. How dare you talk about this or that? Well, I talk about stuff and I'm honest, and that's going to be the point. I actually would love your feedback on this video about how today went, because I'm actually very curious about how something went, and we're going to talk about that right now, okay? The late stream tonight was Amnesia the Bunker's premiere. Now, ever since Amnesia the Bunker was going to come out in May, people were excited and said they wanted to see me play it. Then it got bumped to early June, and this was the kiss of death, as I said it was going to be. The game came out amongst Zelda, Street Fighter 6, and Diablo. When it came out, no one talked about Amnesia the Bunker. It's as if the game never existed, which is sad because the Amnesia games are pretty good horror experiences. And I was sad that this happened to the game because people were like, were you going to play it still? I was like, how could I possibly play it? You know, I'll be too busy with those other new releases. I told you guys if you still wanted it, I would go back and play it once we had a chance. And now that we finished both Zelda and Diablo, we got night streams open and said, hey, what do you guys want? And the overwhelming feedback I received this week was, we want variety in Street Fighter. Don't just do random ranked. If you're going to do Street Fighter, do something like a community night or something like that. And we want Amnesia the Bunker because that's horror and that's going to add variety to the streams. Okay? Now, allow me to tell you my experience with the game and my experience with the stream. My experience with the game is almost exactly what I expected. It's Amnesia. In this game, you're not fighting the creature that's after you. You're trying to survive and avoid it. You're trying to make as little noise as possible and sneak around. You're trying to solve puzzles. We already solved a bunch of puzzles tonight, right? And it's a little confusing because the game doesn't really hold your hand or tell you what to do. You got to kind of figure it out for yourself. But in general, I had a good time. We made good progress. You know, 2 hours in, we're in one wing of this underground bunker, and we're trying to solve all the puzzles. I feel like we were almost done with this one wing of the bunker, and then I got killed. Which is fine, because I lost, like, maybe 5 minutes of gameplay. It wasn't a huge deal. But I was like, oh, man, well, we got to, you know, go back and redo that. And then I ran out of time. So overall, it's a creepy atmosphere. It's an interesting story so far. It's kind of building to a big thing. Like, they're hinting that you're going to eventually end up in this underground Roman temple or something. And apparently there was some green goo in the temple, and maybe that's what made the creature. And that's why people were kind of losing their minds in this bunker or whatever. You're not sure, but that's what they're alluding to in all the logs you're reading. Like, that's pretty interesting. Maybe we'll get down there and there'll be a big ending here that's scary and shit. That'll be fun, right? So it's exactly what I expected for the most part, okay? The stream. First of all, we had way too many people for this game. And what I mean by that is you can tell when you have legit viewers and you have people coming in from hater streams. So as I'm playing the game, I notice the attendance is going up and we go from 300 to over 400 viewers. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is not, this is a game that's a month old. It's not a super hype game. Why do we have this many? And then, of course, what ends up happening, and I didn't talk much about this on the stream because I didn't want to derail it, is that we had a bunch of trolls coming in, being stupid shitheads, doing tips and stuff that were very disgusting and insulting and stuff, and I just ignored it. I didn't talk about it on stream, but you can tell when morons are coming in from a restreamer. So someone out there must have been restreaming, and they sent their goons over. So here's the stream. It says 400 or 500 people watching, yet in the chat, you're noticing you're not seeing that, right? You're not. I would say the chat was 50% fans, 50% newcomer, hater, troll, idiots sitting there. And, thanks to those who were there to legitimately enjoy the game. And in general, it's a little bit tougher to focus on a game when you have that going on. Just being honest, the troll element, you got to try to control the stream. At one point, I was moderating myself, and then finally a moderator came in to help, which was really nice. Thank you to that moderator. You know who you are. It is what it is. It's par for the course around here. But here's what I observed, okay? In general, it doesn't seem like there's much interest in this game. I'm going to be honest with all of you, all right? This was a troll element tonight. The reason that we had those viewers was because there were trolls coming in to see if someone would support this game, which did not happen, all right? Here's what happened. I got 2 super chats, and it took all night for that, by the way. I got 1 new member, and I got 2 tips. Lowest, I'm not kidding, lowest support night this year up to now. Literally the lowest amount of support I got in 2023 for any stream. Now, could it have just been a night of bad luck? Yeah, it might have been. But what I'm getting the vibe is that there's people who like me as a variety streamer. However, this doesn't necessarily mean that the content that I'm putting out, because it's samey content like a lot of Street Fighter 6, that is bad. What it means is that you get people who essentially don't have anything to talk about, so they get bored and now they want me to change it up so now they can complain. So for example, if I'm playing Street Fighter 6, generally support's decent. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's decent. Usually the gameplay's good, the streams have a good vibe to them, and Street Fighter 6 is good. Do I rage? Of course. That's par for the course. But what's happened is, in the last month and a half that I played Street Fighter 6 a lot, the trolls don't have anything to do anymore. Because what are they going to talk about? Street Fighter 6 all day? Even they get bored because they're idiots. They don't even understand competitive fighting games, so they have nothing to say. So literally, they sit around with their thumb up their butt every time I'm playing Street Fighter 6 with nothing to do. So they have been actually trying to get me to play other games because they want me to play another game that then they could have a night like tonight where it's a horror game. Oh, let's disrupt his stream. Let's get trolls in the chat. Let's get troll tips going his way so that he'll be distracted, right? So he can't enjoy the game. And then at the end of the night, let's actually say, oh, look, he had a horrible night with no support, right? This is literally exactly what they've been wanting all along. By the way, I'm not saying that everyone who wanted to see me play Amnesia the Bunker is a troll. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is you can tell the vibe from a certain kind of stream. So I went from, oh, this is cool, there's hype for a horror game tonight, to, wow, literally the hype was fake all along. Yeah, there's some people who wanted it, but actually more than half the viewing audience tonight is a bunch of trolls who are just sitting around to not support but be insulting jerks, right? And I feel like there's little to no real demand for this game. I'm just being honest. You could disagree with me, and I would love to hear your feedback on this subject if you were there live or not. Isn't it interesting that even though attendance was up, the chat was quite silent. There was a lot of trolling in the chat that moderators had to take care of. I was getting troll tips all night, and it was the lowest support night of 2026. Or, 2023. The whole year. The slowest night of the year. Don't you think if there were over 400 legitimate viewers that maybe a few of them would have wanted to support this playthrough that they've been asking for so much recently? And now I get it. This is exactly what it is. These idiots wanted me to play this game because they can't do anything when I play Street Fighter because that gets supported and there's good gameplay and they can't say shit. So they want me to play something different so now they can act like, oh, look at this. Well, I'll be honest. I think what's happened is there really isn't much demand for the bunker, just being honest here. Not to say that I don't like the game. I thought I liked it fine. But I think that there really was no demand for it, or very little demand for it. It was basically trolls pissed off. They wanted something to make fun of, or a different kind of stream that they could take advantage of. Because it's a month old, And quite frankly, it's in the same vein as the other Amnesia games. It literally is. It plays like the other Amnesias. It's nothing different. It's just a different location and plot. But it is just another Amnesia game. Nothing. It doesn't feel that special. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that if you like the Amnesia formula. What I'm saying is it's not standing out. It's not, oh my god, this one's so much different than the others because of this amazing improvement or this. Not really. It feels like another Amnesia game. I'm sure that it'll be interesting as we get further in or whatever, but yeah, like, I actually, now I'm starting to believe that it was bullshit all along. That yes, there was a few people who wanted horror, but it wasn't the majority of my viewers. That if I had done another Street Fighter night tonight, or maybe, here's the other thing, and this is what I was saying to people at the end of my stream tonight. This game didn't need to be played. There's many things we could do. We could have gone back to Elden Ring. Elden Ring was doing very well when I was doing my Return to Elden Ring playthrough. Their attendance and the support was good on those streams, and that's been on hold for 2 months. We could go back to Elden Ring, right? Or there's other things out there. There's other Game Pass games. There's retro games we could be playing right now. Throwback stuff. We're not limited, so limited in games to be played that we have to play in Amnesia the Bunker right now. You know what I'm saying? So, sadly, yeah, I hate to say it, I do feel like I kind of got duped. I feel like I was listening to mostly the wrong people. Although, again, I know there are legit fans who were looking for this. Some of them were here tonight. Thanks to anyone who was here tonight. It was a positive influence and or did support the stream. I'm not even kidding, 5 people who did. There were 5 people who contributed tonight. But outside of that, I know for a fact it was a bunch of bullshit. These people trying to derail stuff and get it to the point where they can make fun of it again. And they, you know, they feel like they succeeded tonight, which is funny because I didn't read any troll messages from these idiots. I just ignored them. But yeah, you know, it's disheartening when I felt like there was going to be momentum. There was going to be hype for this. People were excited, and I played it. I'm like, where is everyone? Half of my audience is trolls, and it's the slowest supported stream of the year. Like, what is going on here, right? So, here's the deal. I've actually heard the Bunker's short. I've heard it's about a 6 to 8 hour game, tops. Like, even if you suck at it and you die a ton, it's still around 6 to 8 hours. So, I don't know. What I would like is feedback. Here's what I would like you to do. If you could leave comments on the Amnesia videos or on this video, and I'll talk to people about it tomorrow on the podcast as well. Is this a game we want to continue with? Or is it a one and done where you know what it is? Okay, it's the same as the other Amnesias. Meh, go and do something else that's more interesting. I want to play what people find interesting. When I have a night that's more than half trolls and the slowest supported stream of the year, that's your way of telling me you didn't find it very interesting. Okay? So, let me know what else you would want then. And I'm open to listening to your feedback. If you want me to not play this again and do something different on Monday night, I will do that. Alright? But I need that feedback to know exactly what it is you guys want, because I do feel like I've kind of been duped right now. Alright? So, please give me your feedback. Let me know. Tomorrow, it's another variety day. The first stream is the Level 1 podcast, but then we're heading over to DSP Reacts, my React channel, for the DSP versus the Internet React show. That's the clip show where I watch clips that the members have submitted. So if you're a member at this point, guys, just so you know, it's too late. I'm going to make the playlist literally the moment I stop recording this. I'm going to go uploading and then making the playlist. So it's too late to post up now. If you're seeing this video, hope you already posted up your videos if you're a channel member over there. After that show tomorrow night, I've officially decided we're going to do our second ever viewer lobby night in Street Fighter 6. This time it should be a little bit better because now I know exactly how it works and how you can join it. And, you know, I'm going to formally announce it. It's a community fun night. This is not a super serious night. It's supposed to be people joining and having fun. Understand, I'm not going to be picking my Blanca and trying to kick everyone's ass all night. I'm going to pick a variety of characters for fun purposes. So, no, it'd be pretty stupid if people come in here with their master level characters, try-harding it, when I'm using low-tier characters that I don't know how to play and I'm trying to learn. You know what I mean? So I'm laying down the law now. That's what it is. So no one can go there with a misconception and then get all upset. You know, that's what it's going to be, a fun night of just playing with viewers and trying to have a good time in Street Fighter 6 and taking that opportunity to do some you know, tech and stuff, just messing around, getting some experience under my belt. I'll probably pick Luke because I think Luke, I would like to practice his combos and stuff, right? So we'll see. But should be a good time tomorrow night on the late stream, our second ever viewer community night on the channel. And then Monday, we're going to go back to Street Fighter 6 as the daytime stream. That'll be ranked play, and likely it'll be serious ranked play, maybe Blanca. And then Monday night is up in the air because it was going to be Amnesia the Bunker, but at this point I really need your feedback on if you wanted it or not. I don't see the point in continuing a game that actually my audience didn't care for, that it was just these idiot trolls, and just so they can make an example, oh look, no one's supporting it. Well, fuck off. You know, I don't want to waste time with that then. Let's do something people want to see. All right? So please give me your feedback. Thank you all for watching the Daily Wrap. We'll talk more about this in the morning. Tomorrow, I'll read your comments overnight, and we'll go from there. Thanks, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Typically helps me more than anything.